It's time now for the Peter Joe 11 o'clock news on the Sunday, May 24th, 2015. Good evening, everybody. I'm Peter Wiggins. 11 o'clock news at 9 there, and our top story here at 11 o'clock here is John F. Nash Jr., a mathematician who shared a Nobel Prize in 1994 for work that greatly extended the reach and power of modern economic theory, and whose long descent into severe mental illness and eventual recovery were the subject of the book and a movie, A Beautiful Mind, has died along with his wife in a car accident in New Jersey. He was 86 years old. The city of Cleveland, Ohio streets are calm, but anger lingers day after officer's acquittal. Weekend flooding that had killed 3 people Friday Sunday night left 8 other people missing and forced the evacuation of hundreds more across Oklahoma and Texas as emergency crews took stock of the damage caused by the severe weather. Ann Mira, the legendary half of Mira and Stiller, has died at the age of 85. Defense Secretary Ashton B. Carter warned that the Iraqi troops will not be able to defeat the Islamic State until they develop a will to fight, reflecting the deep level of concern and frustration inside some quarters of the Obama administration. Opposition candidate Andrzej Duda celebrates with supporters as the first exit polls in the presidential runoff voting are announced in Warsaw. Paju, South Korea, a group of international women's activists made a rare crossing from North Korea into South Korea on Sunday, hailing the trip as a first step in the right direction toward bridging divisions between the estranged countries. And Beirut, Hezbollah is fighting across all of Syria alongside the army of President Bashar al-Assad and is willing to increase the presence there when needed. The leader of the Lebanese Shiite movement said on Sunday. Spain's Real and People Party took a veteran in regional and local elections on Sunday after voters punished Prime Minister Mariano Rajoy for 4 years of severe spending cuts and a string of corruption scandals. Greece cannot make a repayment to the International Monetary Fund due on June 5th as it does not have the money, Interior Minister says. Asian stocks events with Japan's Topix Index climbing from a 7.5-year high. Euro slipped against most peers as Greek leaders said the country can't take any more austerity and it is time for the creditors to compromise. And a look at New England Insular here at 11:02 here. In Whitman, a pedestrian struck on Route 18 near Glen Street as firefighters are continuing to working on the pedestrian that was struck on Route 18 near Glen Street in Whitman. Peter Chill Newsom, 11:03 on this late Sunday night, May 24th. Time for travel reporter, and it's smooth sailing highways, byways, New England here. And one slow spot up on the map is up in New Hampshire, where we're seeing Interstate 95 on the both sides around Route 101 in Hampton, New Hampshire. A little slow, but a smooth sailing commuter in this late Sunday night. And 99, a little slow around Woonsocket on both ends there. Okay, take a look at MBTA alerts, subway, commuter rail, and the ferries are looking good. Peter Chill Newsom, 11:03 p.m. here on this late Sunday night. Time now for a weather report here. Current here in North Massachusetts at 11:04 p.m. 61 degrees at temperature first gust, humidity 65%, wind speed south about 5 miles an hour, barometer 3.25 inches, dew point about 49 degrees, and a visibility of 10 miles an hour here. Alright, let's take a look at our current conditions around in the region here. 70 degrees at temperature right now in Boston, 73 in Beverly, 67 in Gloucester, 71 in Lawrence, 70 in Bedford, it's 71 in Fitchburg, 67 in Sturbridge, 65 in Worcester, 66 in Milford, 69 in Norwood, 62 in Taunton, 59 in New Bedford, it's 64 in Plymouth, it's 59 in Falmouth, and 57 in Chatham, 55 in Provincetown, 58 in Cape Cod Bay, 59 in Martha's 56 in Nantucket, 55 in Balkan, 62 in Wesley, it's 63 in Smithfield, 62 in New York City and Nislip, 60 in Montauk, 64 in Danbury, 61 in Waterbury, 62 in New Haven, and 65 in Middletown, Meriden, Connecticut, 65 in Hartford, Connecticut, 67 in Windsor Locks, Connecticut, 67 in Springfield, Massachusetts, 67 in Athol, Massachusetts. 69 in Greenfield. 56 in Northampton. 61 in Pittsfield, Massachusetts. It's 67 in Albany, New York. It's 65 in Sturdivant Springs. 72 up in Redland, Vermont. It's 58 in Bennington. 56 in Barbara, Vermont. 67 in Lebanon, New Hampshire. It's 63 in Keene, New Hampshire. 65 in Chapel, New Hampshire. 70 in Laconia, New Hampshire. 65 in Concord, New Hampshire. 63 in Manchester, New Hampshire. 70 in Nashville, New Hampshire. 70 in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. And 71 up in Portland, Maine. Here. Alright, let's take a look at our search map around the country. Shows station front from north central Mexico, stretching it down for western Texas, and up into the western plains states, measure a warm front for the stretch from northern Nebraska, down for northern Iowa, down for northern Illinois, down for Indiana, and a cold front from east central Manitoba, down for northern Ontario, merged up into northwestern Quebec, merged into a warm front, down for east central Quebec. Here, station front from eastern Ontario, stretching into Quebec, merged with a cold front from northern Quebec, stretching it down through New Brunswick and off the western portion of Newfoundland there. We got a fire from central British coming in off the western Washington coastline here. A fire from southwestern Alberta and for eastern Washington State with a low pressure right there around east central Washington State. A fire up the southwestern Oregon down for the northern and central portion of Washington State. Northern central portions of California and a fire from northeastern Nevada down for central eastern Idaho down for the southwestern Montana and a fire from western Dakota's down for eastern Montana, down for Wyoming, down for northwestern Colorado, and northeastern Colorado, and a 45 from New Mexico, straight to the central Arizona, and a 45 from south central Texas, and named for northeast Mexico, and a 45 from central Arkansas, and to Louisiana with a low pressure right there. Low pressure, northeastern Colorado, and northeastern Mexico, and south central Idaho, down. And we got high pressure in southwestern Saskatchewan, eastern Manitoba, northwestern Colorado, and southwestern portions of Arizona here. 69 degrees out of Detroit, 75 in Pittsburgh, 76 out of Washington, D.C., 78 in Atlanta, Georgia, it's 83 in Miami, Florida, it's 81 in Brownsville, Texas, 72 in Dallas, Texas, 65 in Kansas City, 69 in Omaha, Nebraska, 64 in Chicago, Illinois, 60 in Minneapolis, St. Paul, 62 in Great Falls, Montana, 61 in Seattle, 57 in San Francisco, 63 in Los Angeles, California, it's 83 in Las Vegas and Phoenix, Arizona, 65 in Salt Lake City, Utah, 60 in Denver, and 66 out of Albuquerque, New Mexico. Here. Alright, let's take a look at a radar situation here. Shows some rain showers up in Maine coastline here, stretching from Rockland, stretching south of Ellsworth, and then stretching in down East Maine, and off the southwestern tip of New Brunswick, and seen some spotty rain showers west of southwest of Bangor, and little rain showers west of Waterville, and spotty rain showers in the northwestern portions of Maine, extreme northern portion of New Hampshire, and now for southeastern Quebec here. And a lot of rain showers from south central Quebec, north of Montreal, stretching into west central Ontario, east central Ontario here. And this is a line of showers and storms from central Ontario to western New York State, stretching the northern Great Lakes, and stretching down through the Mississippi Valley here, and now the southeastern Louisiana here, and some spotty showers and storms off the Florida Gulf Coast, and a lot of rain showers off the northeastern Florida coast there, and a lot of showers and storms from the western Nebraska down for western Kansas, and a lot of rain showers from the Dakotas, and spotty rain showers around the Rockies and stretching into eastern California with a few spotty snow showers with west central portions of Colorado here, and some spotty rain showers from British Columbia stretching over Alberta down for central Saskatchewan here. And a look at the satellite loop here, and it shows a lot of clouds from New England, from the northeast, stretching in down the Great Lakes, stretching in down the Mississippi Valley, and a lot of clouds from the Dakotas and the Plains States, and coming in much of the western portion of the country, except for California, which is clear from Eureka down for San Diego here, and clear around southern Arizona, around Phoenix, down for Yuma. And spotty clouds around Tampa, Florida here, and south central Florida here. Alright, let's take a look at a forecast discussion around the region here. A warm front will move across the region Monday, followed by warm and humid conditions, which will likely Last into the next weekend, the threat for scattered showers and thunderstorms will increase from Wednesday afternoon to the weekend. Here, near term until 6 a.m. Monday morning, 10:20 p.m. update. High cloudiness continued to move across. 7 to New England tonight, and thicker mid-cloud shield will arrive late tonight and into Monday morning. Winds with diminished below small craft advisory levels along the coast and all advisories have been. This continued low-level winds will remain strong enough for some gustiness to continue overnight. Temperatures have cooled to the mid and upper 50s on the outer Cape Downs, where some patchy fog may form overnight. The steamship authority reported hazy conditions over the Nantucket Sound. Elsewhere, temperatures were in the 60s with dry dew point. Readings mainly in the 40s and dew points were higher in the 50s and the near 60s in the vicinity of the warm front, which was from West Virginia to Delmarva as of 10 p.m. Okay, let's take a look at weather notes here. Water temperature 53 degrees. Clouds start to thicken throughout today, tomorrow, and a few hit or miss showers and thunderstorms. Best bet northwest of 495 and up in the northern New England here. And it'll be hot humid on Tuesday, and I expected tomorrow's highs around the region here to see 77 for Portland, Maine, 79 for Concord, New Hampshire, 74 for Rutherford, Vermont, 82 Albany, New York. It's 79 for Worcester, Massachusetts, 80 for Boston, 81 for Hartford, and 80 for New York City. So expect tomorrow's highs to be 74 to 84 degrees with 70s along the coast. Alright, 7-day forecast goes like this. Overnight, forecast got a low about 53 degrees. Southwest wind about 5 to 8 miles an hour here for Memorial Day. Port St. Scott about 80 degrees. Southwest wind about 6 to 8 miles an hour for Melbourne. For Monday night, most Scots got a low about 61 degrees. Southwest wind about 9 miles an hour. Good size, 21 miles an hour here. For Tuesday, Port St. Scott about 82 degrees. Southwest wind about 10 to 30 miles. Good size, 26 miles an hour here. For Tuesday, most Scots got a low about 62 degrees. Southwest wind about 8 to 30 miles an hour. Good size, 26 miles an hour here. For Wednesday, Port St. most Scots got about 83 low about 62 degrees. For Thursday, Chester showers and thunderstorms. Most Scots got about 82 to about 60 degrees. And Chester precipitation 30%. Friday, Port St. most Scots got about 80 to about 60 degrees. For Saturday, Port St. got about 80 degrees. So yeah, at Chester showers and thunderstorms. Most Scots got about 60 degrees. And Chester precipitation 30%. And for Sunday, Chester thunderstorms. Port St. got about 75 degrees. And Chester precipitation 30%. Here's what a phrase of the night. Oh, Port St. Memorial Day attack, but no problems for Memorial Day parades around the state, including here in Norton. Peter Cello News Time, 11:12 here on the Slate Sunday night. Ta-da for Sunday night sportsman up here. And let's start you off out at Fenway Park, where the Boston Red Sox, after recovering from Friday night shellac from the Los Angeles Angels, recovered nicely with a win on Saturday, and looking to wrap up the 3-game weekend series at Fenway Park against the Angels this afternoon at Fenway Park. And the Red Sox get off to a good start in the bottom of the second inning here on a Mike Napoli homer on a fly ball to center field. 8 former season that scores Napoli and Bogarts. Zona Bogarts and makes it 2-0 in favor of the Red Sox. And then bottom of the 5th, Dustin Pedroia added the Sox by the center field. Mike Trout and Brock Holt scores, and it's 3-0 in favor of the Red Sox through 5. And then in the top of the 6th, it's Mike Trout doubles on a line drive to left field, handling Ramirez, and Eric Abar scores. Red Sox leads now 3-1 in bottom 8. Mike Napoli doubles on a fly ball to center field. Mike Trout that scores. Henry Ramirez scores, and Zona Bogart scores, makes it 5-1 in favor of the Red Sox. And then Pebble center ball singles on the line drive. Right field, Coley Calhoun and Mike Napoli scores. Wrestling Castillo out of third on the throw. Right fielder Coley Calhoun to third baseman Dave Freese as the Boston Red Sox wrap up the weekend series against the Los Angeles Angels with a 6-1 victory as the Sox go to 21-23 this season as Wayne Miley got the win to go to 4-4 season as Santiago settled the loss, go to 3-3 this season as Wayne Miley in his pitch gave up 4 hits, 1 run, and struck out 2 as the Red Sox took 2 out of 3 for the Angels after taking just 1 and 3 from the Texas Rangers as they, Red Sox, finished 500 on the Fenway homestand as the Red Sox travel up to the Twin Cities of Minneapolis, St. Paul for a date against the Minnesota Twins. Game time 2:10 p.m. tomorrow up in the Twin City, which is 1:10 p.m. their time here. As Joe Cunningham man for the Red Sox, while Weekly Oscar man for the Twins. Alright, other scores around in Major Leagues here on this late Sunday night. Texas Rangers lead the New York Yankees 5-2 in the bottom of the 8th. Toronto Blue Jays over the Seattle Mariners 8-2. Houston Astros over the Detroit Tigers 10-8. Miami Marlins over the Baltimore Orioles 5-2. Cleveland Indians over the Cincinnati Reds 5-2. Oakland A's over the Tampa Bay Rays 7-2. Boston Reds Atlanta Braves edge out the Milwaukee Brewers 2-1. Pittsburgh Pirates over the New York Mets 9-1. Washington Nationals over the Philadelphia Phillies 4-1. Minnesota Twins over the Chicago White Sox 8-1. St. Louis Cardinals over the Kansas City Royals 6-1. Arizona Diamondbacks over the Chicago Cubs 4-3. San Diego Padres over the Los Angeles Dodgers 11-3. And the Colorado Rockies over the San Francisco Giants 11-2. How about them Red Sox? The Tampa Bay Lightning take a 3-2 lead in this best of 7 series as they shut out New York Rangers at Madison Square Garden tonight, 2-0 here. And in game number 3 of the Eastern Conference Finals in Cleveland, Cleveland Cavaliers and Atlanta Hawks tied at 106 apiece in overtime. Alright, let's take a look at some sports news here on this late Sunday night. First of all, we're going to take a look at the MLS scores. Philadelphia Union over New York Red Bulls 2-0, and New Orleans Football Club and the San Jose Earthquakes 1-1 tie. In Cleveland, Hawks center Al Horford was ejected from Game 3 of the Eastern Conference Finals when he was called for a flagrant 2 foul in the second quarter against Cleveland Cavaliers guard Matthew Dellavedova. In Cleveland, Kyrie Irving is out for Game 3 of the Eastern Conference Finals against the Atlanta Hawks because of tendonitis in his left knee. In Houston, the side Carl Edwards held off Greg Biffle on Saturday night to win NASCAR's longest race, the Coca-Cola 600, as Edwards snapped the 49 race with a skid for his first victory since joining Joe Gibbs Racing. Indianapolis, Colombian Juan Pablo Montoya came from the back of the pack and outran his teammate over the closing laps to win the 99 Indianapolis 500 for a second time on Sunday. In Minneapolis, the Minnesota Vikings hold their official team practice this week without Eddie Pearson as the star running back, was told coach Mike Zimmer that he will not attend 3 days of teamwork that began Tuesday. Embarrassing was that the first day that the tournament officials were hoping for a French Open. Yes, the favorites won, and no, none of the famous Parisian. Rain forced any delays, but 2 minor controversies involved in 2 of the game's biggest stars cast a cloud. Omaha, Nebraska, defending national champion Vanderbilt, and 3 of our Southeastern Conference teams provided the 16th regional host named Sunday for the NCAA Division I baseball tournament. And that's going to be it for the Sunday Night Sports Random Peter Channel 11 o'clock news on this Sunday night, May 24th, 2015. Peterson, I hope you have a good night, and I'll see you tomorrow morning with a morning report. Good night, see you tomorrow morning.